Hey, Garden Sisters. You know who it is.
Denise.
And Shelly. And where we at, Denise?
We're at Shelly's Flower Garden.
That's right. This is the tour that you've been waiting for. Well, I don't know if you're waiting for it, but I'm still going to say it anyway.
Exactly.
This is the tour that we're going to give you of all the beautiful flowers and all the hard work that I've been putting into this space for over 5 years.
Yes.
And this is where we are, still in the process of making changes as we go. You know, garden, we always making changes to things. But this is the official garden tour of June, spring 2026, before the heat comes and dry everything up.
Yes, exactly.
And now we're going to go to the center of the garden, and then we go along the hedge and around the tree shaded plant area. So we're here in the middle of the lawn, and we have some gladiolus, some white and red gladiolus, and these are very hardy. They bloom in the spring, beautiful flowers, and the flowers are going to flop over, they're going to go dead. All you have to do is just cut this part of it off when it goes dead and go limp, and the greenery will stay green for a little bit until the summer gets really hot and it starts to scorch. Once they kind of dry up, you cut them all the way down to the base. Cut everything down, and it'll stay there and over winter, and it'll spring back up in the spring and bloom again every year. Over here, it's a red crepe myrtle. And when you buy crepe myrtle from the store, it's going to come with several stalks sticking out of it. You can train your plant to be what you want it to be. So you can have it as one stalk like this. I pruned all the other stalks away from it. Or you can have it multiple stalks. I prefer the one stalk. I feel like it's a better looking bush. This is the white one that I have in the middle of the garden. That's a white crepe myrtle, and it's just one stalk. I just love the growth habit of it versus the several stalks. You can see where I cut away all the other trunks, and it's going to continue to push out new growth forever.
Yes.
I just have to keep it pruned and cut so I could have the growth habit that I like.
Yes.
And now we're gonna go over to the hedge. Good cut. Okay. Now we're over here by the hedge. You get a shot of it. It goes all the way up. And I dug this whole area out by hand. And I have some pictures that I'm going to insert and show you the process of how I started it. But this took me many, many years to get done. I did accomplish about half of it, taking up the grass and start planting flowers. And I just got tired. It took me about 3 years to finally took out the little piece of grass that was in this area, because I was digging out by hand. And sometimes I have so much to get done during the spring before the heat starts setting in. By the time I get over to this area, it's just way too hot. And I was like, yeah, next year. And I've been next yearing for 3 years until I finally got it done. I want to show y'all this area right here. When I first purchased the house, it was completely barren. It was just pure dirt. It was a landslide for whenever the rain fall, and it was just horrible. And what I did was, the grass that I took out from the hedge, the flower hedge between me and my neighbor, I replanted the grass right here. I transplanted it. And look at it now. It is absolutely gorgeous, green and fluffy. And the lawn itself it wasn't this nice. I had to work on it, fertilize it, treat it every year, and make sure that when I mow the lawn, I use a catcher on the lawnmower. That's why I don't allow people to really mow my lawn, because a lot of people, when they mow other people's lawn, they do not use a catcher on the lawnmower, and that spreads the seeds. All it does is chop the grass up, and all the seeds from the grass just fall right back into the dirt, and you have a whole lot of weeds in your grass. Use a catcher on your lawnmower, you won't have as many weeds, and you won't have to use as much pre-emergent and all those chemicals to treat your lawn. Over here we have a yellow evergreen. I forgot the specific name of it, but it's a yellow evergreen, and it's going to grow much taller, and it's really beautiful. This is one of the newer variety of the azalea, and it blooms purple flowers. Over here we have a hibiscus. Look how huge this thing is, like a saucer dinner plate. Not a dinner plate, but like a saucer. It's huge. And I grew these from seed. Yep. And this is a beautiful cluster rose bush that deadhead itself. Now, I do not know the name of this because I bought this plant when I went to go get my emissions done. Inside that same plaza, they had different stores, and one of them was a little restaurant that, you know, sell takeout food. And alongside the restaurant, they had a whole bunch of rose bush that was planted in the ground. And there were some that was planted in pots, and they had signs that says for sale, and it was like $10. And I've been buying the rose bushes from them. I bought a couple from them until last time I went back, they closed down. Because as we know, rose bush are expensive, and you can't find one less than $20-something. So when I saw them for $10, I was like, wow. This is also a rose bush that is bare root. So that's why you see it spreads like that. It push out new stems and bush out like this, and it's beautiful, and I love it. I don't have to do nothing to this rose bush because, like I said, it deadhead itself. And it's very heat tolerant, drought tolerant. And when everything else in my garden, in this hedge right here is struggling, this right here just keeps on blooming. This is another azalea, and it's white. This is a yellow knockout rose, and it's knocking out all right. The stems, I mean, not the stems, but the tree roots is strangling it out. So I'm gonna be taking this one out too. Same thing over here. This is a pink knockout rose bush, and it's also struggling because of the roots. Over here we have another hibiscus, and it blooms red, beautiful red color. And I love the purple leaves on it too. This right here, I actually transplanted. I chopped off half of the root and transplanted out last night. It's a beautiful, here we go. Here's a picture of it. I transplanted this into a self-watering pot last night because the pot that it was in was a long pot, and the soil wasn't that great. It had a lot of pine barks and stuff in there, so it wasn't getting proper nutrients. Even though I put fertilizer on it, it just was not retaining the water properly whenever I watered it, and it was struggling a lot. So I chop off half of the root ball and put it in the self-watering container with some really nice moist dirt. So it's gonna have to go through the shock and spring back, and then it'll be beautiful again. Yeah. This right here is also a drift rose in the same family, and it is red, and it deadheads itself too. Oh. Drift. Yes. Rose bush, yes. They deadhead themselves. Okay. So you don't have to deadhead them.
Okay, I have to remember that when I'm looking.
When you're, yes. And they spread. You see how they spread? Yes, they could get bigger than that.
Okay.
I'm watching this one. So far, it looks like it's doing pretty good. But I'm keeping an eye on it and see how it do. Because if not, then I'm going to have to dig it up and put it in a pot. But so far, it looks like it's okay. When the summer comes, it do get a little scorched a little bit, but who wouldn't get scorched?
Who doesn't?
In this heat? It'll bounce right back.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, we forgot about this beauty right here. This is a tea rose. Remember I was telling you about the rootstock being grafted on the rootstock? Yeah, this is the rootstock. and this is the grafted area. And it produce beautiful large roses that have like on its individual stems. They don't grow in clusters, and you don't get as many blooms off of it. But they are beautiful.
Yes.
And one thing that I want to one thing that I want to show you, Denise, is all of my flowers, for whatever reason, they tend to want to bloom to the east. So all of my beautiful blooms are always reaching over this way instead of over this way.
Yes.
So my neighbors, he gets to enjoy all of my beautiful bloom flowers. Look at this one. Yeah. Look at it. Look where she's reaching. Look at this one.
Yes.
Look where it's going.
Yes.
All of them.
They are. Yes, they are.
I don't know, but I can't change the location.
Cannot.
So it is what it is.
Yes.
This one right here is another. This is it's on its own root. Rose bush, and it bloomed beautiful pink. Of course, there's no bloom because I deadhead them all. I don't have a tag on it either. Yeah, I took the tag, but it's a beautiful pink cluster rose, similar to the David Austin that I show you, but it's a pink. And this one right here, I got from Lowe's. There go the beetle bugs already trying to eat it. They bloom cluster of beautiful pink rose. And I believe this is a new variety. It was only $19. Look how beautiful that rose is.
Yes.
You know, funny.
Don't I have some of them?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But you know, funny enough is that this looks so beautiful. It looks very similar to one of the David Austin rose. However, when it blooms, I don't really get this. It's still a beautiful rose, but I don't get that ball shape with that beautiful ruffle that's going on the inside. It's not it, child.
Okay.
which is a bummer, because that was the reason why I purchased it. But it have a beautiful floral smell, and this one too. Okay. And majority of the roses that I have
a nice
beautiful smell.
They do, yes.
And this right here is gardenia.
Ooh.
Oh, it smells so good. Let me. I have a candle that's a gardenia, and it smells so good when I light it in the house. All of the blooms went dead. Let Denise smell it. And I just have to deadhead. I said I was going to prune it because the bush is getting kind of big. But normally when everything dies off, I come out here and I take all of the deadings off so it could look a whole lot better. But I'm going to prune it back some because it's a little too big. And this right here is a rose bush. I don't know what happened to it. It's a climbing rose, and it's supposed to trellis all the way over the arch right here. But I don't know. It's struggling, child. So I think this is one of the plants that I'm going to take out next spring and put it in a large pot. And this right here is a clematis. It's a purple clematis, and it also have a white one planted next to it. But I go through this every year with these clematis. They will be beautiful and bloom in the spring when it's cooler. And then as it transition out to the end of spring, close to summer, they dry up like this. I absolutely hate that, but what am I gonna do?
Part of the process.
It's part of the process, honey. And this is another rose bush, similar to the one that's down there that I got from the Hispanics. Okay, and over here, this is another crepe myrtle. Look at the leaves. Aren't they beautiful? Just dark purple.
They are beautiful.
Ooh, all these flies, get away. And it blooms red flowers. So I can't wait for it to bloom because it's so beautiful, because the leaves are like dark black and with that red bloom on top. It's gorgeous.
Yes.
This one is a miniature variety. It stays kind of small and compact, so That's why I don't trim this one up. This right here is a beautiful dark colored roses I got from the little store as well.
Yes.
And I have two of them. Another one over here is blooming. So you can see how dark red this rose is. But I'm also going to dig this one and put it in the pot. I'm going to dig because it don't get, even when I water it, it don't get the full hydration like it should, because it's fighting with the other roots, and some of the other roots are strangling them. So they do much better in the pot. Look at this beauty right here. Can you believe I got this from Aldi, the grocery store Aldi, a couple years ago?
And it is a beauty.
And this is the best that it has done. It has done because I have it in a pot. It was struggling I had it over there at the edge of the flower hedge, and it was struggling so bad. Wow. I used to threaten it and say, if you don't do well this year, I'm going to dig you up. And when I threaten it, it push out a new stem and give me a flower. And I say, okay, it look like you're doing something.
Okay.
And then after that, yeah, it kind of went to the struggle game again. So I'm glad to see it. Oh, and it have a nice fragrance too.
Okay.
Yes, it's finally doing what it's supposed to. This one right here is a light, no, this is a red tea rose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is a red tea rose. I think. If it's not the red one, then it's the light pink, almost whitish tea rose. And I already showed you this one. This bush right here is oh my God. I'll put the name up on the screen.
Okay.
Because I forgot. I want to say it's a forsythia. It starts with an F. Honey child, I mean. But it can turn into a really large bush, and it blooms beautiful yellow flowers during the early spring while it's still kind of cold, and it'll be the only thing that's blooming in this whole hedge.
Wow.
Yeah, it blooms on like sticks.
Oh.
Yeah, it blooms the flower before the leaves comes out. Yeah. And I have to trim it back because it get really bushy and large, so I recently pruned it back. And over here we have some beautiful clematis.
Yes.
This is
on the trellis that you and I
on
built.
the trellis that me and Denise made. Yep. But it's a really dark, beautiful purple. I have two of them right here, and these two on the end, I had them in this 2-pot. I have them over by the gate that leads to the garden, but I think they weren't getting enough sun. They were struggling a lot. So I put them over here in the full sun. So they are another one of the plants that grow real beautiful and blooms real. I'm going to put a picture. It blooms really beautiful in the spring, and then it just go into struggle mode as it started to get hot. Them two right there, they're a beautiful light pink color. And this right here is a butterfly bush. And look, we got a little bloom coming up. Okay. It blooms a beautiful cluster, and the butterfly loves it. Okay. That's what they call it. And I recently transplanted this one. And it's crazy how I got this plant, because originally I had the mother over there, and the mother was dying out. Well, I pruned it right in the spring, and I had the white Austin rose right here, and one of the bloom was flopping over, and I stuck a piece of the stick into the ground to hold it up, and it started growing. And this is the plant right here. I just planted it. I just took it out and planted somewhere else. But the mother to this died off, and this is the daughter. And this right here is that evergreen, that beautiful evergreen, that yellow evergreen that you saw down at the end. This is another one. I had bought 2 of them. The reason why this one look like the way it does, is because I had it over there by the pine trees, and it was way too much shade. So it mostly stayed green, and it's kind of, you see how sparse it looking? It wasn't doing that well because it needed to be in full sun. So I finally opened up the gate and dug it out and transplanted it over here, and it should do a whole lot better. Okay, over here we have some clematis. Again, beautiful large white clematis. I have some purple ones in here, but the purple one was doing really well until I planted the white. And then the white just kind of took over, and I don't really get much purple on this trellis anymore. Mostly get the purple from that one, and this one would be white. And this is a knockout yellow rose. It's struggling, as you can see. So I'm gonna dig that one out too. And this one is I think it's red tea rose that I recently transplanted. And this is a pink hibiscus, and it'll die back every year. You just cut off the sticks, or I'll just leave the sticks in so it reminds me that there's a plant there, because it literally goes to nothing. You just leave it alone, and it'll spring up new stalks that give you new bloom every year. That's just the growth habit of it, life cycle.
What is this beauty right here?
Yes, this is a red tea rose. Look at that, and it actually even has some white in it.
It is.
Ain't it beautiful?
Absolutely beautiful.
That's what you get with a tea rose. The own root rose bushes,
yeah.
Those blooms tend to be a whole lot smaller than the tea rose. You see how long the stems are?
I see.
The blooms are way larger. I love both. Yes, and this right here is another hibiscus. It's another red one. And this beautiful large bush right here is a hydrangea, and it's a proven winter hydrangea. It's called Pinky Winky.
Oh,
yes, and because the blooms are it's like a pink and white, and they're cone shape.
Oh, how interesting!
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Oh, I bet.
I love it. Yeah. Okay, and this one is another drift rose. I got it from the mother down there. The mother ran into the piece of the limb,
yes,
run into the ground, and it rooted. So I clipped it off and took it out, and here it is.
And there it is.
So if you want more of the same drift rose, just take the stem and lean it down into the ground and anchor it down into the ground, and it'll start rooting, and you could get more. Okay, over here is another azalea, and this one is
the new variety?
This is the new variety. Yeah, all the azaleas that I have in this in the hedge are the new varieties, and this one is red too. This rose is actually, it's a yellow rose, and it's bloomed several times since I have it in this pot, but I recently dug it out the ground again because it's
What's that directly
struggling
behind you?
Oh, this is a crepe myrtle.
Oh, another crepe myrtle.
Yeah, another crepe myrtle, and it blooms red flowers.
Okay.
Red is my favorite color, y'all. I love red. As you can see, like I was telling you, I don't want, when they get really large, because this plant get really large. So when spring comes around, I'm going to go ahead and prune it back into one stalk.
Yes.
Because it gets massive,
yes.
And I don't want all of those. And this right here is a peony.
Oh, a peony.
Yes, and it blooms like a orangish type color. Yeah, and I have 4 of them.
Oh, okay.
And funny enough, because when I bought it, it was supposed to be white and red, but instead I got like a peach color. I'm still waiting on the red.
Oh.
And it's crazy because these peonies, the way they bloom is they take turns blooming. So one year it will be the one up there, then one here, then this one, and then next year that. They don't all bloom at the same time.
Now That's amazing.
I'm waiting for all of them to bloom at the same time, but that's what it is. I'm grateful for what I got.
Yes.
And this is another hydrangea. It's another limelight. I don't know what's going on with this bush, and this is one of the things when you garden. Sometimes the plant do what it do, and we don't know why.
And we're happy even it's doing it.
Yes, but this was supposed to be big like that. And this is what I'm getting. I don't know.
I'm coming. That's what it's saying. It's saying, I'm coming.
I won't get any blooms for sure. I know that, because it should have been doing this already.
Yeah.
But while it was big like that, all three of them together, oh, it was so beautiful when they bloom.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and over here, this is another peony. Over here we have a rose bush, which seems to be doing okay, even though it's in more shade than it should be. And I bought this one from Lowe's a couple years ago, and the reason why I bought this was because they called this rose Coretta Scott King.
Oh.
Dr. Martin Luther King's wife, they named this rose bush after her. And it's a beautiful red rose. Yeah. This is Miss Coretta Scott.
I can't wait till she blooms.
And I didn't even know it. And when I saw it, they only had one. And I said, I got to take you home with me. Yes. And over here, we have this beautiful Japanese maple. Mm-hmm. And as you can see, the growth habit just sprawls out and hang over. I just love it because the leaves are so purple.
Yes.
You grow it for the leaves.
And very unique. I love it.
And I have another one over there.
I see
now, you see the difference between that one and this one. And let me tell you something about this one. I got it from Aldi for $7 and change.
Wow.
The other one over there,
yes,
I got it from Home Depot. That was the first one that I got. Home Depot, $40.
Oh my goodness.
Because Japanese maple, you could find them now much cheaper, right? But back then, years ago when I bought it, that was the going price. And they were kind of rare. It was kind of hard to find them in the big box store. And that was the price they were going for. It was $40. And I bought it, and that's what I got.
Right.
Just because it costs more doesn't mean that it's better.
Hey.
A few years after that, I went to Aldi and I saw this. Because as we all know, Aldi carry plants in the spring as well. So make sure you check that out. There's not just a grocery store for food. They will carry dirt. They will carry gardening things and plants during the spring. And sometimes the summer. So they'll have a few. Because I got some rose bush from them as well. Okay, this is another peony. And this is another hydrangea, limelight, like this one. But because it's getting more shade, it stays smaller. Mm-hmm. Same thing with that one over there. It's another limelight hydrangea. It was big like this one.
Yes.
And I think because of the shade, this tree is getting bigger. It's shaded out so bad to where I had to prune off half of the bush.
Yes.
Because it died off. Half of it died off, and I think it was because of the shade.
Still looks pretty.
Yeah, it's doing this thing.
Yep.
And let me show you this right here. These little variegated little things that you see running throughout the garden, I got these from Home Depot a couple years ago, and they're ground covers. Because behind the fence, I have an area that's just full of weeds and stuff like that. And when you plant ground covers, they will tend to choke out the weeds, because them things are so hard to get rid of. They are the little viney things with the prickly things on there. These things right here. I don't know the name of them, but there were a whole bunch behind the fence. This right here. Look, you see, you got all those thorns on there.
Yes.
Yeah, it was so many, and so when I planted the ground cover, it kind of choked them out. Yep. And it's called vinca. It's the variegated vinca because you have the all green as well. This kind is a variegated. As a matter of fact, over the area where I cut down all the trees, over on the banking, over on the banking on that side, they had the vinca as well, just naturally growing, but those were the green ones. And when they bloom, they actually bloom, and they bloom in the spring, early spring, beautiful purple flowers.
Oh, purple flower, okay.
Yes. So if you're looking for a ground cover that will give you a little bit of flowery look in the spring, vinca or the ajuga that I showed you earlier are beautiful ground covers that actually bloom. And they look beautiful when they're not in bloom as well. And they will choke out whatever weeds you got going on. This right here is a banana plant that I got from Mommy. She had this one is going to be red when it blooms. I have one down at the bottom that's about to bloom. We'll show you that later on. But she had the red and the yellow. Oh. Yeah, and my sister, she dug up two and sent it to me. She sent it to me. And this is another tea rose. And I don't remember the color of it. I think it might be red or pink. Yeah, majority of the flowers that you find in the big box stores, they're red.
Yes, they really
are.
are.
And that's why I have so many reds, especially the ones that goes on sale and stuff. Plus, I love red. I don't know what it is. If I go and I see a whole bunch of roses, and they have pink and white and all that, majority of the time I'm going to choose pink or a white. I mean red or a white. Right. Okay, and over here we have this burgundy looking thing right here, and they die back in the winter and they come right back in the spring. That is another knockout rose. Yep, it's supposed to be red. And this is Purple Heart. You see the beautiful purple flowers? Isn't that great?
They are so cute.
Yes, I love Purple Heart. I struggled with this Purple Heart for a long time. I had it at the mailbox. As a matter of fact, my neighbor, she dug up some from her mother's yard. Yeah, and brought me a whole bag full and said, my mom had a whole bunch growing at her house, and I know you plant flowers, so she gave them to me, and I planted them all around my mailbox. And the deers, I used to have deers, y'all. The deers and the squirrels. I didn't know squirrels eat Purple Heart flowers.
Oh my goodness.
The squirrels was also eating them. So I had to dig up the little piece that I had left, put it in a pot. And for years, I had to keep this in my berry coop. I just brought it out. I had to keep it in the berry coop to keep it away from the animals. This bush is called vibranium, and it blooms beautiful large head of clusters, white flowers, just like the hydrangeas, and they only bloom in the spring. This one, I think maybe because of the shade, it's not growing like it should, and it hadn't bloomed yet. I have another one over on the other side that's way bigger because it's getting more sun. So, and over here we have our hostas, different varieties. Yeah. I can't even go through all of them. And this one right here, Denise, is actually blooming.
Really?
It's getting ready to bloom. It's pushing out and a lot of these hostas I actually grew, well, no, I didn't grow them from seed. I purchased them, and some of them I separated to get the amount that I have now. But this spring I got some of the blue hosta. This one, yes. When it bloomed, I took off the seeds out the pod, and I grew them. And so in my greenhouse right now, I have a tray full of little baby blue hostas. And this is Creeping Jenny. It'll trellis all the way down. along with the dianthus. It'll trellis down too. But it's really hard to get rid of this creeping Jenny. It's very vigorous. And I bought this from Home Depot many years ago. And when I looked at how much they cost now, I was like, oh my God. It was like $1.99. They're so expensive, almost $5 for a creeping Jenny now. Wow. Isn't that crazy? Like one little small container. But when you grow one and it spreads, it's very hard to get rid of it. And you can always, and it's very easy to grow. Like if I take this piece off and stick it in dirt, it'll root.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's very hardy. Yeah, and it could tolerate the heat and the cold.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need some of that.
Yeah, and we're in, they go very well in flower arrangement. Like if you have the king tut in the middle and you have the...
So that will work good in my basket on the front, in my basket?
Yeah, the only thing with creeping Jenny is it'll take over.
Oh, okay.
So when you plant, if you're going to plant it in a flower arrangement, I would suggest you plant it in its own pot. Because as it starts to creep and crawl, anytime it gets contact with the dirt, it's going to start growing there as well. But it's easier to take out if it's in its own pot.
Yes.
Because it'll take over the whole thing. And of course we have some dianthus up here. And I had a red one that was planted in the pot. But the squirrel won't stop coming in and digging it out. So now that I have the pot up here, they don't really fool with it so much. Plus I got my little look.
Yes, the guard.
Yeah, the little guard. It only keeps away the birds. The squirrel is like, okay, she ain't moving, so it don't really scare the squirrels anymore, but I still keep them out. And that big boy that I have up here, this owl, the head actually moves. If it get enough sun and it gets, because it's solar.
Yes.
So when it, you can pour into it. When it's charged, when you move, it have a sensor on it. Any type of movement, it'll turn its head towards it. So it works really good at keeping away the birds. At first, yes, it was working for the squirrels, but when the squirrels realize it ain't flying off, it ain't trying to get them. They don't care. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go right up here to the entrance of my garden. Right, got my little welcome to my garden sign. This is a pansy, white pansy, but it's on its last leg, child. It's hard to try to keep up with the watering in this little container, so I think I'm gonna take this out eventually when summer is gonna kill it anyway. Over here I have some Supertunia. They're holding on each side.
Yes.
So that is the end of the flower garden tour. Okay, y'all, thank you all for watching my flower garden tour. The next video is going to be of my garden, my actual garden where I grow fruits and vegetables. So just want y'all to see Denise one more time before we go. Don't forget to subscribe,
like,
comment,
and share.
All right, and you will see us in the next one.